I greet you all and welcome you back to the Manifested e-learning platform. Today we are going to discuss the principles of effective customer service. Principles of effective customer service. In our first lesson in this subject or topic, we defined customer service as the support and assistance provided to customers before, during, and after a purchase. We did also indicate that customer service is typically reactive. That is to mean it happens when a customer has a specific question or problem. Today we want to discuss the principles of effective customer service. If you want to have customer service that is effective, that is productive, what are the principles? What are the rules? What are the foundational principles? And one obvious one is the principle of responsiveness. Principle of responsiveness speaks to speed. Speed, how fast you serve your customers. In the instant culture in which we live in today, people are used to instant things. Customers equate speed with respect. Whether it's WhatsApp message or whether it is a DM or whether it is a call, it has to be done instantly. You understand? We live in a culture, in an age where people equate speed with respect. When you delay, respond in time that is expected, that is taken as being disrespectful. So one principle when you are serving customers is the principle of responsiveness. The principle of responsiveness. The principle of responsiveness. That's the first principle. And the goal here is to aim for fast contact resolution. Fast contact resolution. That means fast contact resolution means solving the problem during the very first interaction. That reduces customer anxiety and prevents them from moving to a competitor. The moment the customer responds or complains or demands for a service, the first time you contact with that customer, then you solve the problem once and for all. That is the goal. A good example we can give is, say, M-Pesa. With the M-Pesa usage, customers expect transaction issues or payment confirmations to be handled in minutes, not in days. When you send a message, you want to get confirmation that your money has been sent. You understand? Yes, speed. That's the first principle. The second principle of effective customer service is known as empathy. Empathize. Empathy. This is the human touch. This speaks to the human touch. Empathy. This is the ability to understand and share the feelings of the customer. When you are serving customers, you should be able to empathize. You should be able to put yourself in the shoes of the customer. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of the customer. That transforms a robotic transaction into a meaningful interaction. And the tactic here is active listening. Listen actively. Acknowledge the customer's frustration before jumping into the solution. Instead of saying, your delivery is delayed, instead of saying your delivery is delayed, you can say, I understand how frustrating it is to wait for your package, especially when you need it today. I'm looking into the rider's location right now. Better to say it that way than to just say your delivery is delayed. You get the difference. Put yourself in the shoes of the customer. The customer is calling, asking about the purchase they made. The purchase has been delayed. The customer expected the delivery to be made in 1 hour. It's now been 3 hours. The delivery has not been made. So from the perspective of the customer is feeling frustrated. Instead of telling the customer, your delivery has delayed, you tell the customer, I understand, right, how frustrating it is to wait for your delivery for 3 hours instead of 1 hour. Then you say, I'm looking into the rider's location right now. That's the second principle of effective customer service. Number 3 is accuracy and reliability. Accuracy and reliability. Speed is useless if the information provided is wrong. Remember, we say that you need to respond instantly. But responding instantly with the wrong information is wrong. You understand? You have to be fast, but at the same time accurate. Reliability means being dependable and delivering on what is promised. What is promised, you deliver what you promised. So you act fast, but accurately and reliably. You understand? The principle here is under promise but over deliver. Under promise but over deliver. For example, if a bank tells a customer that their loan will be processed by Friday, then it must be ready by Friday. Don't say your loan will be ready by Friday, then come Friday, the loan is not ready. Then the loan is ready maybe on next Tuesday. Because inaccuracy destroys the trust that takes years to build. Be accurate. If you are not sure about delivering a product on Friday, don't promise on Friday. It's better to say it will be delivered next week on Wednesday, then you deliver on Monday. You understand? Yes. That's a very important principle. Accuracy and reliability. Principle number 4, very important one also, is transparency and honesty. Transparency and honesty. Transparency and honesty. Customers value honesty even when the news is bad. Even when you have bad news, maybe something that is not pleasant happens. Being transparent about delays, about stockouts, about technical glitches builds a long-term credibility. If you don't have the answer, say so. Say we do not have the answer to that question. But don't provide a clear timeline for when you will follow up. You understand? Yes. If you don't have an answer, do what? Say so. Say we do not have an answer today, but you provide a clear timeline for when you will get that answer. For example, you can say our systems are currently undergoing, say, a mandatory KRA integration upgrade, which is slowing down receipts. We expect to be back to full speed by, say, 3 p.m. You understand? Be transparent, be honest, don't lie, don't overpromise. You need to be transparent, honest, and straightforward in your dealings with your customers. That builds credibility. The fifth principle of effective customer service is accessibility. 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 Offer what we call omni-channel support. Omni-channel support. A customer would be able to reach, this is where a customer would be able to reach you on the platform they prefer, not the one that is most convenient for you. If the only convenient channel for you is WhatsApp, you should not force your customers to reach you via WhatsApp. Their customers would prefer to reach you on phone, by calling you, or via email. So don't insist customers to reach you via WhatsApp when their preferred method is emailing. You understand? A customer should be able to reach you on the platform they prefer. Candidates, we are discussing the principles of effective customer service. Here, the focus is on the customer. We are looking for customer satisfaction. The reason for customer service is so that customers can be satisfied. You recall in our earlier lesson, we defined customer satisfaction as the measure of how a product or service meets or surpasses a customer's expectations. So if a customer expects to reach you via email and you insist WhatsApp, then that will lead to low customer satisfaction. So the solution is, when you talk about accessibility, is to have a mix. You should be able to be reachable via WhatsApp, via phone calls, via social media DMs. You should be able to be reached even in person. Offer those alternatives. Their customers would prefer to reach you in person, physically. They don't want to call you, they want to talk to you direct. So you should have a mix of all those channels. Omni-channel support. That's what we mean by omni-channel support. Because nothing frustrates a customer more than a phone line that rings without being answered, or a dead WhatsApp business account. That is not being effective. The sixth principle of effective customer service is empowerment. Empowerment. And empowerment here we are referring to staff support. Empowerment. Staff support or authority. Effective service happens when the person talking to the customer has the power to solve the problem without saying, let me consult, let me talk to the boss first, let me find out if the company policy allows me to do what, 2 or 3 things. Empower the person receiving or talking to customers to solve the problems. You understand? I'm sure you must have called a company. The one who received the call does not have the authority to answer your question. That person tells you, let me talk to the manager. Let me ask my manager 5 times. You get the point? So staff authority, the right word here is authority. The one who receives calls or talks to customers should have staff authority. Should have the authority to help the customers. So the principle here is to give your frontline staff the authority to make small decisions, like offering small discounts or free replacements in order to fix a mistake on the spot. You can imagine if you buy an item from a company and they deliver the wrong product. Okay? You call Manifested, you order for a book, comes principles of marketing and communication. Then they deliver one for financial accounting. The book is sent to Malindi. You receive the wrong book in Malindi, you take a call Manifested, then you are told, the one who received the call tells you, let me talk to the admin. The admin is not in the office today. The admin is on leave. When he comes next week, we will fix your problem. That is not being effective. The staff who receive the call tells you, do not have the power to replace the book. So you will wait until the admin approves the return. So important principle, empower the staff who deal with the customers to make small decisions without having to consult the managers. So these are 6 principles of effective customer service. Number 1, speed. 2, empathy. 3, accuracy, reliability. 4, honesty and transparency. 5, accessibility. 6, empowerment. Thank you for attending the class. In our next session, we continue learning more about customer relations. Bye-bye.